lawyers and business managers for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have incorporated 11 companies and a trust for the couple since April 2020, according to state filings. The couple opted to set up the firms in domestic tax haven Delaware, rather than in California where they live and conduct business. Two of the companies are publishing firms, set up by attorney Richard G. Now, who has worked with Meghan for years, and the Duchess's business manager, money guru Andrew Meyer. The first, Peka Publishing LLC, was used by Meghan to hold the rights for her children's book The Bench. The second, Orinoco Publishing LLC, is thought to have been set up to hold the rights for Harry's and his bombshell memoir, due to be published later this year. Peka translates from Spanish to freckles, which could be a reference to a book Meghan wrote in her 8th grade of school, titled A Face Without Freckles is a Night Without Stars. And Orinoco is the name of a South American river, which flows through Venezuela and Colombia. Other companies set up by the Sussexes include Cobblestone Lane LLC, which was set up in February 2020 and holds the Archewell logo. Two others manage the Royals' Netflix and Spotify deals, Archewell Audio LLC and Archewell Productions LLC. Two more entertainment companies were created a year later, Bridgemont LLC and Hampshire LLC. It's thought the names of these firms could be a nod to the couple's holiday to Hampshire in the last few weeks of Meghan's pregnancy in spring 2019. Meanwhile, Baobab Holdings, set up in February 2021, is said to deal with investments. Baobab is a type of tree from Africa and Australia, also known as the upside-down tree. Another firm, Nemawashi Holdings LLC, is described as a holding company. In Japanese, Nemawashi means an informal process of quietly laying the foundation for some proposed change or project. Besides, royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams said there should be sufficient money, goodwill and just common sense to make it possible for Prince Harry not to go to court against the Home Office. Mr. Fitzwilliams noted the Duke of Sussex is no longer a working member of the firm but remains a prominent royal as the grandson of the Queen and second child of the future king. He told the newspaper, "Harry is no longer a senior working royal of course, but of course he is sixth in line to the throne. If he were for any reason to appear in court against Her Majesty's government, this would be in the realms of the surreal." The Duke of Sussex, Mr. Fitzwilliams also said, has understandable concern about his and his family's security, given the tragedy of Princess Diana's death. The late Princess of Wales died in a car crash in Paris in 1997 while being pursued by the paparazzi. He also said, "Surely there is enough sense around to arrange security if they want to come over, in one way or another, without a court case, because that really does seem somewhat daft." A legal representative of Prince Harry revealed over the weekend the Duke had filed in 2021 a claim for a judicial review against a Home Office decision not to allow him to pay for police protection while in the UK. In the other hand, Russell Myers, a royal editor, claimed that the Prince of Wales privately paid for Camilla's protection even though she wasn't part of the royal family. Prince Harry, who is a former senior active royal member, has the right to get protection for his family, Mr. Myers claimed. Speaking on ITV's Lorraine, the royal expert said, "However, the point was made to me yesterday that Prince Charles, when he was in a relationship with Camilla, she was necessarily not in the royal fold in sort of the early 2000s. He paid privately for his own security to look after her, so why wouldn't Harry do that? Former retired private protection officers looking after himself and his family like Charles did." Mr. Myers added, "It could potentially get very messy and people have told me within the royal circles that this is particularly misguided." Lorraine quipped, "You can't hire Scotland Yard, you can't. But to be fair, he says he'll pay anything, it's not like he's asking the police or the Queen to pay."